Hi, Charity. Hi, Dotun.
Hi.
How are you?
Hey, Danny.
Charity, good to see you again. Dotun, nice to meet you. I feel like we haven't met, so I'm really excited.
I've seen your name in the emails come up. I don't know who this is, so pleasure's mine too.
Well, I'm so excited to talk to you both because I feel like, at least in my time working for the show, I have not seen two people more in love and obsessed with each other than you two, which is just so cute and it makes my heart so happy. So I have to ask, I know everyone's been asking you, but are there any plans for a wedding? Where slash when? I've heard you mention Nigeria, which would be awesome. So just have to ask that first and foremost.
Of course, there are plans for wedding. That would defeat the whole point of us doing this thing. So, we don't have like a set date, but we talked about it. We really don't want like a super long engagement. So whether that's a year and a half, don't really know. But sooner rather than later. And yes, of course, we are hopeful for a big Nigerian wedding. Mother-in-law said she wanted to whisk us away, so
Yeah.
we're hanging on to that, and then probably a more like intimate, smaller one. So either way, we're both excited for those next steps, but we're just enjoying this moment.
Yes, I know how it is. I know everyone asks you, so I have to ask as well. But
Sure.
question for both of you. I've heard you talk about it a little bit, but what does it mean to you individually and as a couple to be the first monoracial Black couple to come from the franchise as a whole? That's historic. I know it's a moment a lot of people have been waiting for, a lot of fans have been waiting for. So, what does it mean to you both?
I appreciate you asking that. It means a lot, and it's a really amazing position, and we feel so grateful to be in this position to have offered that to everybody. And although that wasn't the intention, we both kind of just went into this leading with love, but for it to end in Black love, I mean, it's truly just a cherry on top, and it's bigger than that even, right? It's showing America and the country and the world that what Black love can look like, and
Yeah.
that like and hopefully breaking stereotypes that maybe some people still hold to this day. And so
Hmm.
grateful for the opportunity, grateful to be in this position, and we just want to continue to push that narrative out there that Black love can be healthy and beautiful. And
Yeah.
so
And for me, like as you know it, like I just think there's just so many like moments from my season alone and just my time as being the Bachelorette, that there just seems to be like these breaking like history or historic moments. And so obviously being like the second monoracial Bachelorette, but then also like coming out of this whole journey and experience and being the first monoracial couple from the franchise, it means so much. And in my wildest dreams, I could have not imagined this journey going the way that it did. But to find a love like this and for that to be Black love is such an inspiration. I am so excited and hopeful that viewers at home, which has been part of like just the love and outpouring like messages that we've gotten or have received, has been that we are inspiring people at home, and that's like the best thing possible,
yeah.
truly. I think there is like this, like Don was saying, like the stereotypes of like what it looks like or what it can be, and as we know it and how it's portrayed in media often is like there is like this struggle, or there's this like extensive journey and process that you have to navigate all these things. Like we have to work 10 times as hard to just obtain something that is just available for everyone, and it is beautiful and it can be that. And so we have showed that in the franchise. I'm grateful that our story was shown from entirety, start to finish, for just a good thing being a good thing.
Yeah, it really is so beautiful. It's been an honor to witness it all from my end. And I hope that it paves the way for many, many, many more couples like you two.
Mhm.
I've loved how strong you've remained through this entire process, including through the show airing, which I know is hard for a lot of couples, but you two have been so unwavering. I know, Dotun, you're going to be here with Charity during Dancing with the Stars. Is there anything else you're planning to do to remain strong during that time? Because I know I've seen some concerned comments from fans being like, no, I hope it doesn't take away from their time together. So I'd love to hear from you two what you're kind of planning on doing during that Dancing with the Stars journey.
Everyone to chill, like just chill first and foremost. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you guys won't know, but like we've continued that work ever since filming ended. Our love has never been deeper. I continue to fall more and more in love every day. And so going into this Dancing with the Stars, we both feel extremely secure in our relationship. And I am just so supportive. And obviously the fact that we're not doing long distance, we're going to be together. So I'll be home. I'll have dinner ready for her after those long practices. And yeah, and if anything ever happens, we are obviously know this relationship is a priority, and I think we have the communication skills to talk about it and take a step back anytime it's needed.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, nothing is coming between that. So
yeah, I have no doubt. Just had to ask. And do you have plans for, I know you said no long distance, at least for the interim. Do you have plans for where you two hope to be after Dancing with the Stars? Do you plan to stay in LA?
Well, considering Dotun grew up here in California, I think we kind of, now I probably will get a glimpse and taste to see, obviously, if that changes at any point. And I'm like, yes, I like fell in love with LA. We might reconsider. But I think right now, we kind of both are looking at New York. We'll see. But that also could change too. So right now we're just, obviously the world is our oyster. We're going to pick and choose what's going to be best and fitting for the both of us. But yeah, we're down to try a few places and just kind of get our footing there. Yeah. But regardless, we will be together. So
yes, I have no doubt about that. I have no doubt about that. One last question. I know you mentioned it on Bachelor Happy Hour and a little bit in the finale, but there were quite a few moments, I think, when you progressively started to realize that Dotun was the one, quote unquote. Do you remember the moment, each of you, when it kind of clicked for you, when you're like, yep, that's my person?
Yeah, that's like such a tricky question, but also it's like, obviously I made like my final decision and I came to like my senses and I realized, like, looking back and recapping my journey at Last Chance Date. But obviously, like, there's so many beautiful moments in between when you look specifically at me and Dotun's relationship. And I think like the very first time I had that like, oh shit feeling of like, this is like insane, was obviously our one-on-one date. And that was such a very bonding moment. But also that conversation that night was the first time, apart from Oceanside, obviously that was a very, very beautiful conversation, but like where he really expressed to me that, like, obviously he sees me at my core for who I am. And like, I think our stories, like, kind of just oddly enough, just we had so many similarities and things that we have kind of like overcame that has led us to this moment. And so like that was kind of when I knew, I was like, oh God, like this is so real. And I'm not dreaming. I'm not making this up.
Yeah. Piggybacking off of that, like you said, it's hard to pick a moment because it's just this like, slow progression. But like from the Skamania date, and then I remember that night when we did talk about our life journey. And that was when I realized, first of all, like hanging out with her was so easy, and she truly was bringing out the best in me. And so we talked about our life paths, and like I've never shared such a similarity in the same way that we feel about how we perceive the world and how the world perceives us. And so that was striking, and I was like, this is a once in a lifetime person. That's when I realized that, and it only continued to be that way throughout the rest of the season up until proposal day. So yeah, it was really just a beautiful journey.
It was so sweet. I'm so happy for you both. Congratulations, truly. I can't wait to see all that the future holds for you two. I know it's going to be very bright and very love-filled and all the things. So congrats. And it was so nice to meet you, Dotun, finally. I've heard so many wonderful things, so it's nice to finally put a face to a name in person.
Likewise.
Thank
a pleasure.
you,
This was
Danny.
Awesome. Thank you, Danny.
Thank you. And it was great to see you again, Charity. I hope to talk to you both again soon.
Absolutely. Sure.
Thanks, Danny.
Bye.